Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Lone from NightOwl Central, and we're going to be playing Hearts of Iron 4 as the German Reich. Now, we're going to be playing it on the hardest difficulty, which in Hearts of Iron, it means that you start out with a negative 30% production efficiency cap, plus 20% research time, and negative 30% political power gain per day. You are fascist, totalitarian regime. There's never an election because, you're Hitler. And, yeah, the fascists, they own Germany. The date is January 1st, 1936. We are going to be playing in Iron Man mode, and I have the historical AI focuses turned off because I like it when the AIs can kind of do whatever they want. They're not, less barriers makes it more interesting. Alright, so we're going to start it right up. Okay. So, now, with this, our main goal is to just strengthen up our economy and to build up the infrastructure and to turn these surrounding areas fascist. Now, let's just take it one step at a time. So let's go into our research slots. And first off, we're going to go directly into industry, and we're going to get basic machine tools, and that will increase our product efficiency cap by 10%. And it's going to take 178 days. Let's get that going. Then let's go over to construction 1. That'll increase the construction speed and factory repair speed by 10% apiece. And then go over into engineering, get electrical mechanical engineering with research time negative 2%. Let's do that. And then the last one, we could bring it over here to mobile warfare, but I'm going to actually switch it over to mass assault doctrine because you get just as much recruitable population, 5%, but you also get a bunch of bonuses to your infantry. So I'm going to research that on the side. Now, that helps us out with just being able to build up the economy, which entails our civilian factories and then also our military factories. Now, what I like to do in the very beginning is to just build one civilian factory in every single area that is possible, and just to kind of upgrade it. Oh, no, don't upgrade you. Yeah, there we go. And then by the time that's finished, we'll see what we can do with that later. Now with this, let's take off of you, take out the tanks, take out the motorized, leave fighters, close air support, take out tactical bomber, and then the subs and the destroyers. There's not really much we can do with both of these. We have 2 battleships for some reason. Let's take off one of those. But we're really just going to want to keep our military factories pumping out infantry equipment and support equipment, and we'll have some more fighters, but let's also get naval bombers going. Let's get 2 of those in. And then let's just give the rest of it to infantry equipment. That's really what you want. It's just to pump out as much infantry equipment as possible because you need to stock up on everything. Now let's move our navies into a closer area, all bunched together. happy, you know. And then let's bring all of our infantry from over here over into the mainland. Alright, now with the infantry, that brings on the task of assigning all the divisions. Now, what I like to do is I like to put all the infantry divisions together into their own groups, and then all the non-infantry, like the tanks and the motorized infantry, whatnot, in their own spot. Now let's assign you an infantry commander right here. Boom, boom. And let's assign you sort of like a all-everything, sort of reckless war hero commander. There we go. Alright. Now with our planes, we have 120 fighters, tactical bombers. We're going to take out all the tactical bombers because we will not be using them. And they just use up a lot of manpower to keep them going, and then it's not practical. What we're doing right now is we're preparing for the wars to come, right? And that removing the tactical bombers will just release our manpower to do something else. Okay, and you're a fighter. Okay, so you're going. I'm gonna get all of them to help out. Oh, actually, close air support doesn't need to be active right now because we don't actually have any need for them yet. But having fighters up is never a bad idea. And same with the naval bombers. And there we go. Alright. So we have set up where our Air Force is going to be deployed. We've set up where our Navy should be and where our troops should be moving at this moment in time. As well as set them all into groups. Now, I'm going to set these generals. Oh, no, you should probably just join that one. Yep. And put them underneath, or set these commanders of divisions and put them underneath another commander, I guess. Boom, there we go. And he will be the defending commander. Alright, now there's no divisions of basic training. We're going to change that. Train 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to put them all in Frankfurt. Right there. And this is just to keep them going, just to have a consistent amount of them flowing in. I'll change that up once we have more wars. May have unassigned divisions. Okay. No longer unassigned anymore. Oh, okay, I can't see you. Alright, so we've assigned the divisions. We got some planes and reserves, that's okay. Insufficient resources, we need -15. And 6 rubber. Okay. Oh, that's because of all of these, the airplanes and whatnot, but that's fine. I'm just going to remove that and just put them on the infantry equipment. And then we'll be good. That way our resources are being diverted towards building infantry equipment when we don't have the rubber or the oil to build the planes efficiently. We have missing equipment in production. Yes, I know. I need to remove that thing. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is to get the 4-year plan. And then after that, do the naval rearmament. Well, I mean, some believe we should go directly into taking Danzig right here. But I don't like to start shit before I'm ready, so I'm just going to start that one up. And then, I mean, we're pretty good at this moment in time with everything. What is construction looking like? Yeah, cool. We have a whole 15 stack on civilian factories. That's wonderful. And power change plus 83 per day. Okay. Alright, let's try to boost the party popularity of fascism in Bulgaria. And then now we're making plus 50 a day. And then let's do the same thing. And Yugoslavia. Let's do the same thing in Czechoslovakia, maybe? Let's do it in Spain until the revolution happens. And then let's keep the political power where it is for now. You need to gain some up to actually get a lot of the upgrades in the beginning. But for now, I'm just going to skip it ahead until something interesting happens. Alright, so a couple months have passed, and not really much has happened, but we did move our troops to guard the coastline. We've started our influence in Spain started a revolution, or well, it was kind of already there, but the revolution started. And we have sent them a lend-lease of 1,000 units of 1,000 arms, infantry equipment every month. And then we sent them 2 units of infantry that should be arriving soon. Italy has taken Ethiopia down here. And there's not much to report. Yeah. But I'm going to mention Spanish Revolution. So we're just going to be keeping the extra 25 political power every day, or 0.25, and gain that up so we can start getting some upgrades. And building up the research and production and military staff and laws and government section. But yeah, so see you when something interesting happens. Alright, so it's exactly 1 year after we had the previous update, and the war in Spain is going great. It was kind of touch and go there for a while, but then we went and did a southern push, and I think with my troops that I brought down, we were able to push it and kind of clear it out. Now we're cleaning up the mess of these last few units here, and then we're going to move north and push on to Barcelona. So it should be done here soon, which will be great. Then we can start stocking up more infantry equipment. We've gotten quite a bit of the industrial side of things finished up. We're working down on this on the second tier now, as well as the electrical engineering one. We've gotten the research time all the way down, or finished up until 1938, which we're not gonna really come back here until 1938. We're just going to continue the land doctrine all the way down, and then now what we're going to be doing is going into the support equipment tree. That way we can start putting that on our infantry as their makeup. That way they have all these supporting buffs like the MPs, the recon, the engineering company, the field hospital, and well, maintenance not so much. Well, yeah, and then maintenance company as well. So these 5 right here, I don't use these last 2 too much, but these first 5, put them on, and then that helps the infantry work very well, and you won't lose so many troops. But other than that, we have just finished up, so we've aligned Romania and Hungary. They are both becoming fascist. Then we came down here, and we're getting the extra research slot. Once we've done that, we're going to scoot on over to naval rearmament, and then come down and get Plan Z and befriend Denmark, befriend Norway, the Netherlands, and Sweden. Once we've finished that, then we'll be ready to come down and do Danzig or war and start taking over the land near us. But you know, we'll see how it goes. We've got the industrial upgrades, so it's industrial research time -10%. That's it so far. I'm gonna try to get more and more real quick. But besides that, not much has happened. Let's look at the political sphere in Bulgaria. Oh, nice. They're about to become fascist. Okay, so they're at 53%. And then let's look at Romania. Romania is at 39%, and Hungary is at 49%. I put so that we're influencing the U.S. as well, and they're at 6% right now. Reason why is because if the U.S. ever decides to join in on the war that will be happening, really don't want that to happen, you know, because the U.S. is kind of like a you never know what they're going to do sort of factor. But we're going to skip forward. Alright, so it's the beginning of 1938, and we won the Spanish Revolution, so Spain is now fascist. Bulgaria is at 58%, so any moment now, or any month now, I guess I should say, they'll be turning fascist. Same with Romania, they're at 51%, and Hungary is at 58%. We started to influence Brazil, because the same reason why we started influencing the US is because Brazil can be pulled into the future wars, and we don't want that to happen, so we turn them fascist. That won't happen, or they'll be pulled in as our ally, which is even better. And then the United States is at 13% now. We're going to kind of just forget about those two for the time being, for the future, and then just kind of focus on this right now. Our research is looking great. We've pretty much almost got all of the support equipment finished up for the tier 1, so we can actually put them into the infantry makeup. We have finished up the industry and the engineering side of things. Well, I'm going to be upgrading this once I can, but we've pretty much finished that up until 1939. And now we can focus on the artillery and infantry, upgrading those. But then we've almost finished befriending Denmark. We're going to do the same with Netherlands, Norway, and Sweden. And then we will begin with the Rhineland going down. But yeah, it's not too much exciting. No, not just yet. But things are looking up. Japan and China are at war right now, so that's a thing. They're fighting right here. I don't think there's any other wars going on at the moment. It's pretty quiet right now. It's pretty quiet. But I'm gonna skip it ahead up until something interesting happens, and otherwise I'll see you in a year. Okay, so very interesting. All right, so I've played this playthrough a few times. Okay, and I've been able to expand, not die, and live out all the way through. Now, in all of the times I've played, I have never been able to win the Spanish Civil War, okay? And every single time, fascism loses for some reason, I don't know. And I've talked to a few people, and apparently every single time they play, fascism wins, so it's whatever. But I've never had that happen, so I feel like that's going to help us out a lot, all right? Now, there's another thing that just happened, and Russia just had a civil war. In all the playthroughs I've played in, Russia's never had a civil war. Russia is always, by the time it's 1939, which it's almost almost 1939 now. By the time it's 1939, they've already declared war on Poland, Lithuania, and all this united front that's right here. It's like the Poland combined states or whatever. They've already declared war on them. And well, let me see if they have a factions. Yeah. Whoa. That. So usually the Soviet Union declares war on them and takes them over, and then by 1940, I'm in a defensive war with the Soviet Union because I like to play. I know it's kind of odd. This is how we are right now, but I'm going to go back. I like to play sort of like peaceful Nazis, and and what I mean by that is I wait. For the first 4, 5, 6 years of the game. I don't really I don't go on offensive wars because there's a lot of preparation that needs to happen. I need to build up troops. I need to build up infantry equipment. The research needs to be put into play. Need to build up. For example, I'm gonna do that right now. Need to edit them and put in military police. You need to put in field hospital and need to put in maintenance company. You save that, put that into play, and then all of your infantry are really well equipped. They're going to survive longer. They're going to have better stats, defense, offense stats, and that allows you to save your manpower and to, you know, really, you know, keep your manpower and your troops alive, you know, and to have a better offensive and a defensive line. But yeah, it's very interesting. Russia is in a revolution, so we're gonna see how that goes. If we have another like year, 2 years to prepare, that'll be amazing. But I'm gonna skip forward to see. All right, so it's the beginning of 1939. The Russian Revolution didn't last long. I mean, I don't even think it lasted like a month. I tried to give them some equipment with a Lend-Lease. Didn't happen. However, now Romania and Hungary are both fascists. So is Bulgaria. Romania and Hungary are now my client states, or I think that's what it's called. Puppet states. No, they're my puppet states now. China is losing the war against Japan right now. Japan's really doing some work. It's looking pretty good in their favor. Ooh, a theorist. Let's do nuclear research time, negative 10%. Yep. All right. Let's take a look at Brazil right now. They are at 37% fascism, and then the U.S. is at 22%. So it's going up steadily. I've left it at 1.13 increase in political power. I could start influencing other nations to become fascist, but not just yet. I want to be able to get these up as quickly as possible. I've got 2 guys for political power gain plus 15%, and then I have Heinrich Himmler, and he helps us out quite a bit with the non-core manpower, which increases your manpower, right? Overall, when you start taking over stuff. Yeah, just kind of go down the line right here, and then go down the line right here. Just wait for research, you know, and see what happens. Try to take the Danzig from Poland before Russia declares war on them, but we'll see. All right, let's skip it. All right, so we have been able to take over Austria through just the national research tree. We've also begun influencing not only Brazil and the United States, but now Belgium, Switzerland, Turkey, and Portugal. We're turning them into our ideology. Sweden and Norway were both got declared war on against or by England. So I'm currently helping Sweden out, and we'll also be helping Norway out when I can. I'm going to send some volunteers here presently. And yeah. So it's kind of weird that they're attacking them, but okay. Japan is still just donging in China. I have a feeling that Japan's going to be winning that. But you never know. China may pull back. We have... Oh. Yep. Okay. You guys need to get over there. And then push forward. But we do actually have a war goal currently against Yugoslavia. And it expires on the 1st of November 1941. So we have quite a bit of time left to make that, or to get that war going. I was thinking we just prepare for the next year and see where that takes us. And then by the time it's 1941, declare war against them. And hopefully by then some of like Czechoslovakia will have more fascism, and the Netherlands will turn over. Denmark might turn over. Sweden and Norway may turn over as well. I don't expect Belgium, Switzerland, or Portugal to turn over very quickly, either Turkey either. But we'll see. All right, so we just got Denmark into our faction. Sweden got puppeted by England, and Norway got a truce with them. But yeah, Japan is getting fucked by China now. China's been able to push back. They were able to hold, which is great. Our construction is going well. We built 1 or 2 military factories everywhere that we could to increase production, which has worked wonders. Put 1 on each of these. That should be good. Yeah. Put an extra 5 on you. Put extra, and then put you up to 5, put you up, put you up, put you up. Alright, cool. But yeah, there's not much else to report. Just kind of waiting and seeing. Soon we're going to be able to do the Danzig, because our troops have been training up, and we shall have it soon, probably in the next 6 months or so. Alright, so it has begun. So what happened was the United Kingdom decided to start a war goal to puppet Denmark, or the Northern Sea Empire. And because they're in my faction, when the United Kingdom declared war on them, then I would be automatically brought into the war. Well, not automatically, they would ask me to join, and then I would be brought into the war. And so I waited as long as I could until finally the United Kingdom declared war on them, and then I knew I was going to be brought in, and so I declared war on Yugoslavia to conquer it. In order for not only for, because Yugoslavia is in the same exact faction as the UK, I can fight both wars, gain Yugoslavia, and fight off the United Kingdom from taking over Denmark. However, with that being said, that will be the end of episode 1 of playing, quote-unquote, the peaceful Nazis. It's the end of the introduction for the German Reich. And from here on out, it's just gonna be us fighting So it's going to be Axis, which Czechoslovakia is going to be joining Axis. The Netherlands will be joining Axis. Belgium, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Turkey, Bulgaria will all be joining Axis soon. But it's going to be Axis against the Allies. I mean, that's really what this is going to be a fight for. We're going to be defending Denmark, pushing on Yugoslavia, and decimating France. Those are the three. We will be asking for Danzig in the beginning of episode 2, so we'll see if Poland will give that to us. If not, we're going to have to fight a 3-4 front war right now. But we'll see. Brazil is at 45% fascist, and the United States is at 32%. So there's not really a chance that they're going to be joining in on the wars, at least against us. China is just pushing back against Japan. It's just I mean, they are just wrecking them now. So I think China is going to win this. At least the United Chinese Front is going to win it. It's quite large. But yeah. I do hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like and subscribe and comment what you thought. And stay tuned for episode 2. Thank you.